बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम नाज़रीन, मैं हूं सलीम खटक और आप देख रहे हैं सलीम खटक यूट्यूब चैनल। कतर के वज़ीर आज़म ने मुआहदे का ऐलान कर दिया। इसराइल हमास जंग बंदी का ऐलान और इसका इतलाक़ 19 जनवरी इतवार से होगा। मुआहदे में यरगमालियों की रिहाई शामिल है, फ़लस्तीनियों की रिहाई शामिल है। तो नाज़रीन, कतर के वज़ीर आज़म की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस आप साथ साथ देखते रहें।
To the state of Qatar, the Arab Egyptian Republic, and the United States that the negotiating efforts have been successful for the two sides to reach an agreement regarding exchange of prisoners and hostages and a return to total calm. Add to that a surge of enough humanitarian and food aid to our Palestinian brothers in the Gaza Strip.
आपने इंट्रो सुना। कतर के वज़ीर आज़म ने मुआहदे का ऐलान कर दिया है। हमास इसराइल हमास जंगबंदी का ये 3 मराहिल में ये मुआहदा तय पाया है। 3 मराहिल पर मुश्तमिल इसराइल हमास के दरमियान यरगमालियों की रिहाई और जंगबंदी मुआहदे के बारे में क्या इक़दामात हैं। कतर के वज़ीर आज़म शेख मोहम्मद बिन अब्दुर्रहमान अल थानी ने कतर में बुध को रात गए एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के दौरान तस्दीक की है कि इसराइल और हमास के दरमियान यरगमालियों की रिहाई और जंग बंदी का मुआहदा तय पा गया है। मुआहदे का आगाज़ इतवार 19 जनवरी से होगा। दूसरी जानिब अमरीकी सदर जो बाइडन ने भी इस मुआहदे की तस्दीक की है। नायब वज़ीर आज़म कमला हैरिस और वज़ीर ख़ारिजा ब्लिंकन के हमरा प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में उन्होंने कहा है कि इस मुआहदे के नतीजे में गज़ा में लड़ाई रुक सकेगी, फ़लस्तीनी शहरियों को इंसानी इमदाद की फराहमी मुमकिन बनाई जाएगी और यरगमालियों को उनके ख़ानदानों के साथ 15 माह की कैद के बाद मिलने का मौका मिलेगा। अमन मुआहदे की शराइत क्या हैं? पहले मरहले के दौरान 33 यरगमालियों को इसराइल वापस भेजा जाएगा। उनमें बच्चे, ख़वातीन, 50 साल से ज़्यादा उम्र के मर्द और ज़ख्मी और बीमार अफराद शामिल हैं। फ़ेज़ 1 में 42 रोज़ा जंग बंदी होगी। जंग बंदी के पहले रोज़ हमास की जानिब से यरगमाल बनाए गए 3 अफराद को फौरी तौर पर रिहा कर दिया जाएगा। फ़ेज़ 2 में बकिया यरगमालियों की इसराइल को हवालगी। इसमें 94 यरगमाली गज़वा में मौजूद हैं, जिनमें से 34 अफराद की हलाकत की इतलात हैं। इसराइल ने कहा है कि वो तमाम यरगमालियों की रिहाई के बाद ही अपने फ़ौजियों को मुकम्मल तौर पर वापस बुला लेगा। फ़ेज़ 3 में गज़वा की तामीर नौ। गज़वा का बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा मलबे का ढेर बन चुका है, लिहाजा इस मरहले में तामीर नौ के काम में कई साल लग सकते हैं। तो नाज़रीन, ये थी अपडेट। इस हवाले से एक खुशी की बात है, एक जो 15 माह से जारी जंग जो है अब इंशाअल्लाह उसमें ख़त्म होने जा रही है इस मुआहदे के तहत। और दुआ है कि अल्लाह ताला फ़लस्तीन और गज़वा में अमन कायम हो और जो लोग जिनकी इमलाक को नुकसान पहुँचा है या जिनके लोग इस दुनिया से जागो, अल्लाह ताला उनके लिए आसानियाँ फरमाए। हम दुआ गो हैं उनके लिए। तो नाज़रीन, लास्ट में आप वीडियो क्लिप ज़रूर देखें। इंशाअल्लाह नई अपडेट के साथ दोबारा हाज़िर होंगे। देखने का बहुत शुक्रिया। थैंक यू वेरी मच। पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।
To the state of Qatar, the Arab Egyptian Republic, and the United States that the negotiating efforts have been successful for the two sides to reach an agreement regarding exchange of prisoners and hostages and a return to total calm. Add to that a surge of enough humanitarian and food aid to our Palestinian brothers in the Gaza Strip. The agreement will go into effect on Sunday, the 19th of January. The exact hour will be determined later. As to the details of the agreement, the first phase is 42 days will see a ceasefire and a withdrawal of Israeli troops to the east, far away from populated areas. to regroup along the borders and exchange of prisoners and hostages according with a mechanism, and exchange of the bodies of the dead ones and the citizens to go back to their homes. Also facilitating treatment for injured. Also the first phase will cover entering humanitarian aid all across Gaza and rehabilitation of hospitals and clinics and bakeries, and allowing civil defense equipments, fuel and other equipments to help the displaced people to go back to their homes. As soon as Hamas will release 33 hostages, including civilian, women, elderly, and some elderly people, in return for a number of Palestinian prisoners. As to the details of the second and the third phase, they will be agreed upon during the implementation of the first phase.
How much confidence do you have that the deal will progress beyond phase one, sir?
Well, we have faith, Becky, that brought us to this moment, and I think that's the most important part, that we are committed. We will continue to do everything we can, everything possible, together with our partners, to ensure that this deal is implemented as it's agreed, and this deal will bring us peace, hopefully, at the end of it. I believe that it all depends on the parties of the agreement and acting in good faith in that agreement in order to ensure that no collapse happening to that deal.
Can I just follow up? What mechanisms are in place to ensure that neither side breaks the ceasefire? There
is a follow-up mechanism that Egypt, Qatar and US are going to handle. It will be placed in Cairo. And this follow-up actually will be a joint team from the three countries that will monitor the implementation of the agreement, and everything is being agreed upon and will be in place hopefully on the day of the execution.
Wanted man by the International Criminal Court. The incoming Trump administration will act as guarantors of Israel's compliance. But what challenges do you envisage in these first days of the agreement when it comes into force on Sunday?
The main challenge is going to be to control the runaway Israeli killing machine, the military power of Israel, that Israel feels it can use as it wishes, where it wishes, anytime it wishes, across the entire Middle East, not just Palestine and Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, anywhere it wants. The United States, as one of the three guarantors of the ceasefire, is a problematic issue because the United States was supposed to guarantee the ceasefire in Lebanon between Hezbollah and Israel, and the U.S. and France were supposed to be the two guarantors, and they haven't done anything really serious. The Israelis have violated the ceasefire agreement about 1,000 times, according to UN statistics and others, and the Americans have done nothing. So the United States, as a guarantor of a ceasefire, which has come about because the United States was the driver of the genocide, is a pretty difficult line to swallow. But maybe things will change with Trump. This is the new factor. Nobody can tell what Trump is going to do. He definitely would rather not have a war going on. He saw the impact it had on Biden and the Democrats. So we just have to wait. These are factors that can't be predicted.
I wonder, Rami, if you can give us any insight into what might be happening in Israel right now, because, as we know, there's been this staunch opposition to the deal from Netanyahu's ultra-nationalist coalition partners, calling it a betrayal and defeat. They've always demanded nothing but total victory, and people like Ben-Gvir had promised to resign if the deal was reached. What now for Netanyahu's coalition and his political future?
His political future and his future in the courts will play themselves out in the next couple of months. The reality is that he does have a majority, a small majority in the Knesset and in his cabinet, so he can get this approved. If one or two people resign, he can get others in the cabinet to keep a majority. So that's not a big problem right now. The majority of Israelis would like the ceasefire to happen and to get their hostages back, and they're willing to release the Palestinian prisoners and stop attacking Gaza. So there is a slight difference between the right-wing extremist government that Netanyahu has and the public sentiment in Israel. The Israelis have learned that this killing spree that they've been on has not helped them, has not made them more safe, has not helped their position in the world, has not helped their position in judicial hearings all over the world or in public opinion. Israeli people are more reasonable than the Israeli government. So this is something that, again, will manifest itself. But the Israelis are going to be careful to wait till all the hostages are released before they affirm any kind of political sentiment related to the future of Netanyahu or the whole government, whether they tack back towards the center or stay committed to a right-wing government.
All right, Rami, always good to hear your thoughts. Rami Khoury there. Thank you.